Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
friends. Who's up?
Hey, morning, Carrie. How are you?
I'm doing great. A little
Yeah,
sleepy, but
I should probably post that we're live, huh?
yeah,
Yeah. How is everybody today on this Saturday morning? We don't usually have a, you know, uh podcast this early, but yeah. I'm just gonna quick post to at least to Telegram. Um, yeah. I am ready for my coffee. I had one cup, and so I'm just on my second cup right
me
now.
too.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, hello, Moxie's with us. Okay. I was wondering if Moxie was coming. Moxie's like waving in the stream yard. Good morning.
Good
How are
Hey,
you
morning.
today,
Moxie.
Moxie?
I'm alive,
Yay.
You're alive.
barely.
Barely.
I didn't shower
Oh,
for you guys, so it smells good in here.
oh. Well, I wish I could smell it, but I can't. So. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, we wanted to go ahead and kind of do a part two, uh, with our podcast. And we talked about the Fed last Tuesday, and that was interesting conversation. We talked a lot about. I'm going to actually grab my microphone because my sound is better when I have it closer. But we talked about the history of the Fed and how the Fed came about, and more of how it was formed and why it was formed. And there's one thing I wanted to talk about is kind of like, where do we think the Fed is going? And we touched on it a little bit when we talked about central bank digital currencies. And one thing that we didn't touch on that I really wanted to touch on today is more than digital currency. Uh, they're kind of dipping in. They're not kind of. They're going full force on dipping in the payment processing world.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to show that information. I wanted to make this a very quick podcast, but I wanted to give everybody's reactions and then make sure we had that uh, in our videos and included on our Substack that we'll be publishing. Good morning, Malaya. Malaya's joining us.
Good morning, Malaya.
Do you have your coffee? Or should we say coffee?
Gotta have it.
I I gotta have my coffee, man. So I look like that meme cat. You
No,
know,
you don't.
I do. I look like the meme cat when I wake up in the morning. I showed Carrie. I won't. I won't. I won't show everybody here, but what my hair looks like when I wake up.
If I took my hair out of this, you would be shocked. Do it.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's dig in, shall we? I am first going to share my screen with just some static information and then just show a couple of video clips. You see Oliver in the background there? um, and so I need to share a different screen. So I want to share this. So can you guys see this okay?
So.
Sounds
So
better.
let me
But I have a magnifier right here. So.
no, that's okay. So here we go. So the Federal Reserve in July is releasing a new product. It's a software product, and it's called the Fed Now service. And what it is allows banks to do instant funding back and forth together. Um, and the question I guess I have is, why is the Fed getting in this area? I feel like this. Hey, good morning, Melissa.
Morning, Melissa.
She couldn't get live chat to work on Rumble, but she's on YouTube. Morning, friend. So yeah, so like this is similar to if you go on your bank and you want to make a bill payment, like they would be that middleman between the banks to do that bill payment. Also, they want to expand into instant payments. So they want to start with business to consumer, but they eventually want to, and they want banks to be able to request payments. So that's kind of like invoicing, like, hey, you owe me money. Send me money, and they would request it to the person's bank, and then the other bank would pay them. But they want to eventually go to pull payments, which kind of freaks me out.
What kind? What did you just say?
Pull instead of
pull.
request. Pull, Pull,
Oh, pull.
pull, which is different than requesting money, right? It's demanding money and taking it.
Yeah.
Right. But this new software service, it's software as a service. This new software goes live in July. They have been working on this for 2 years, and they have like 100 organizations working with them as pilot clients, helping them test it, and it's going live in July. So I wanted to. This is in March. They put out a press release as to when they're releasing, so they're launching. And then they've got an information page too on the FedNow service. They have a YouTube channel, and they have like where they try to make it sound all great, like it'll be so much more convenient and blah blah blah. I'm going to show you a couple of clips from their. They had a town hall, and I'll show a couple of clips from that. They also have a Twitter account. I'm going to go through this fast. This is information for other people to dig in and find more information, details on this. And one of the things I did want to call out is that let's see. I've got a lot of notes on this, so I apologize. Yeah, they're going to have payment processors be designated agents, but really, in order to be a part of this software, it's not payment processors that go to the Fed and say, "Hey, I want to sign up." It's banks, and then banks dictate who those designated agents, which are the payment processors, who they'll work with. So the little guy, I'm just thinking there's a couple of Patriot payment processors right now and who knows what banks they work with, but I think it's going to impact a lot. And I'll show you why when we get to the videos. But basically they have a Twitter account. So I would closely watch their tweets, respond, expose what's happening here. This is not digital currency, so I don't want people to get confused. What is that?
Sorry.
Oh, is that Gigi?
Yeah.
Poor Gigi. Aw, poor little thing. Oh, sweetheart. But this is not digital currency. This is moving payments around. But it's FRB services, Twitter. They're promoting this FedNow stuff, but I would follow them and respond to them and expose them. And then they also have a website called fednow.org. And that's where you can find information. One of the things I wanted to show everybody is they've got this on their website. If you scroll down, you'll see visit the service provider showcase. You can see currently who will be going live with them right away. So if you happen to work with any of these companies, they have core banking platforms, accounts payable, accounts receivable, ERP and treasury management systems. They have business to business platform. They said they're really focusing on business to consumer to start, and consumer to business. So if I'm going to filter that down so we can kind of see. You can go through this list and see who is a part of this. So Quicken is in there. I noticed that MasterCard is also in this list. MasterCard Bill Pay. So I would go in here and look and see what businesses are actually working with the Fed and not have your money flow through them, to be honest. Why is the Fed having money transactions flowing through them? Not only that, when I was researching and listening to their town hall, one of the things that they said is they're going to have these anti-fraud capabilities, and they're going to be capable of monitoring right out of the gate, monitoring transactions right out of the gate. This is why I wanted to cover a part 2, because it's kind of critical that we know this information. I'm actually going to pull up the video. I just want to show a couple of clips, get your reactions, and then we can finish our coffee. Malaya says, poor baby, hugs to Gigi. Is Gigi okay? Oh, you're muted, Carrie. Is Gigi okay? I don't think we can't hear you. So we'll let you figure out your audio. I don't know if you turned it off on StreamYard instead of your microphone. You could maybe leave and come back, and I'll let you back in if you want to try that. So they basically had a town hall. I've marked some timestamps here, a couple of timestamps that I want to go ahead and show you guys. And the first one here, they're going to talk about their reach, basically. I'll just let it play.
Exciting milestone, and this reflects the first step in the journey to help financial institutions serve customers' needs for instant payments. Instant payments, which I believe will support nearly every aspect of our economy.
So he says there that it will go into every part of our economy. That's kind of a little creepy. Moxie, do you want to say something so I can make sure it's not me that I can hear?
Why do they need to be in every part of our economy? Don't they just provide us with our money?
Well, why are they doing Fed now in the first place? Right?
Yeah, it's kind of scary that they want to be part of every transaction.
Yep. I'm going to find this timestamp and then share again.
Can you hear me?
Carrie, can we hear you yet?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
We can hear you now.
All right.
I guess this will take more than 15 minutes. Sorry, but let me just go back to the video. And this next part is talking about what I talked about with the designated agents. I'll just play this real quick.
As a processor, you would begin by engaging with a financial institution who would, essentially sponsor you into the system. The Federal Reserve, our services are available to financial institutions and their designated agents. So as someone, if you're interested in processing for a financial institution, you would begin with that, process of becoming a designated agent.
So basically, payment processors would have to go to their bank and ask if they're a part of this FedNow service. So the banks will control payment processors. And let me just find the other clip. What was it? 30.
You know,
30.
I just want to say that right now, I
Uh-huh.
think over 90% of the transactions out there are already digital.
Yes, but they don't flow through the Fed.
But that's what I'm saying. All this is centralizing it.
It totally is.
And then the Fed board, and we know what they've been up to for, as long as they've been around. They're the ones that regulate all the rules. Another unelected board dictating our financial policy in a centralized way. I mean, that's what this is. And, interbank is what they're going to start with. But as you meant, as you said, with the pull, that's not that is the design. That is the whole plan.
That they have an end game, and they're starting with a this is convenient, but let me just play this next clip because they're going to talk about their reach, that what their goal is for as far as reach goes.
System. In fact, there is not a payment service in the United States that has a single operator. So as in other payment services, we expect nationwide reach is going to be accomplished over time as adoption grow and as instant payments begin to be used for many type of transactions.
So they want a nationwide reach.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to play this other clip because it's a little bit longer, but basically one of the things they were asked about how many financial institutions they have currently. They've got 80 financial institutions they're working with right now, 20 payment processors, corporate credit unions, bankers banks, and they said they want to increase exponentially the number of financial institutions they work with within 3 to 4 years, and they want a sense of urgency around it, and eventually have all financial institutions running their payments through the Fed. And they said that will be a strategic move for the bankers. They also said that financial institutions want to be able to reach all consumers in the US. Actually, I do want to play that clip because that one really is an interesting clip. It's at the 49-minute mark. So I'm going to play that real quick.
The Treasury folks do you have financial institutions lined up? Obviously, you can imagine they're very interested in being able to reach all consumers in the US. And so there's a little bit of, we really, as financial institutions, industry folks, need to build the network so that, they have a viable use of the service and can reach a good portion of the population.
They want to reach the whole population.
Yeah.
And they were also asked about, will they go outside of the US? And they said they're thinking about it. Thinking about going outside the US. This is the Fed. This is
This is totally planned.
Yeah. It totally is. And so I just wanted to, that's all I've got. I just wanted to call this out, expose it a little bit. Now, some people might think, oh, they're building, this is the CB, central bank digital currency. It's not, but it certainly sets a stage to be able to have central bank digital currency. So we do need to, Malaya said people will be boycotting those companies. We, the people, have the power to make big changes. We sure do. I would ask, because they're working even with local credit unions. So I would ask, like, even if you go to a local bank, because they're trying to get local banks to even participate, I would ask, do you participate with the Fed Now program? And if the answer is yes, I would like walk away.
Mhm.
Put
Yeah.
your money where it's not going to eventually end up with your transactions being tracked by the Fed. They do put it out there as a really nice to have thing. They have, they're really marketing it as sort of a, uh, I should show this. Yeah, they're marketing it. They're really pushing the marketing on this as, changing the future of payments. And they make it sound so wonderful.
The world today looks very different than it did a decade ago. Smartphones and high-speed internet access have changed how quickly we expect to pay for the things we need. There are already services that let people make payments that seem instant, but many of these services provide funds to the user before the funds settle between banks. This lag in final settlement creates a buildup of interbank obligations. What's needed is a payment system designed for the real-time nature of instant payments, one that can scale as demand for these new payments grows.
Today, businesses and consumers want to.
How wonderful is that? I'm not going to play the whole ad because forget about it.
You
But
know, I was thinking, remember a while back when I think it was Vanguard, I don't think it was BlackRock, but they put out a statement that they were not going on with the ESG because it was just so bad for business. Remember that?
yeah,
I think I
yep,
sent it to
they're
you.
pulling out of it.
Right.
Mhm.
And so like the corporate fascism, which, the government was trying to employ, it really failed because those companies just have not done well. And so this just seems to me like they're switching their game plan and using the banking industry, right? Because we all use it to a degree. I don't know.
Everybody needs their money, and honestly, like most of the money is digitized right now.
Yeah.
I know for me it is. Like I make payments online. I
Yeah.
do auto pay. I don't pay in cash or write checks.
Yeah. A lot of places won't take checks. I was somewhere yesterday for my car, and there was a note on right there at the cashier. Checks are not accepted. We apologize for the inconvenience. So that's what's happening. But it just seems to me regarding that ESG, what is going to stop them from going, as it progresses to incorporate the social credit score, since they're going to be able to oversee all of our transactions. They can stop purchases, they can freeze accounts. I mean, what does it stop them from doing that? And do you remember that Yuval Harari?
Oh gosh, yeah, he is. He he's an advisor to Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all haven't seen any of his videos, it's worth a look up. But he had
Absolutely.
said that COVID legitimizes the digital system that they sought to employ, right? So we know that they've been planning this for a while, and it didn't quite work with COVID either, the whole digital passport, all that. But they could this is like a go around, and what would stop them from even mandating health, vaccines and other health aspects? And I just, and then the whole idea of the chips, which is interesting. Another, going into Taiwan, they have like 90% of the production of chips in the world. It's like, that's what that's about, in my opinion.
Honestly, it all ties together.
Yeah.
I just want to quick say hi to Remington because he's on Rumble.
Oh, hey, Remington.
But he says, remember when you did mail order and mailed a check?
Yeah.
I remember mailing checks in the past.
Right.
But
I think what it does is it makes our bodies okay with the chip and the surveillance. It makes our bodies our wallet. You know how, like, I just switched to a credit union and I don't keep a lot of money in it, but I'm getting notifications about using your palm print for purchases. And I'm like,
Oh
oh,
yeah, I
Lord.
saw that. I
Right?
mean, they're
Everybody is doing it. It's like, no, no, no. But it, with the chips, with all this stuff, our bodies are our wallet. And then, like, what if we emit too much carbon? Carbon dioxide. We go hiking, we're running. It's like, like, shut it off.
it's just all tied together. There's a global agenda. They really can get to us with our money, though. Money, the root of all evil, right? But they want to control it, and they want to see what everybody's spending their money on. And
Yeah.
honestly, this would open the door. I know they call it conspiracy theory, but how many conspiracy theories come true later? I mean, I know there are some that are way out there, but I'll put on my tinfoil hat once in a while. And honestly, a lot of the things that we are predicting come true.
Well, it was the CIA that originally came up with that term for people that were speaking truth. It was back in the 60s. And just to label us, that way.
Well, conspiracies are real.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories are theories. So they try to tie the two words together. So yes, we might have a theory that something's going on and suspect, but once it becomes a conspiracy, it's actually happening.
Yeah. But I mean, what about, I was thinking about this. What about you go and you're purchasing a firearm and they don't allow the purchase? There's so many ways you can look at this.
Or if you post something on social media that they don't like, they can shut off everything.
Yeah.
No food, no nothing.
Well, that's kind of what I mean. Like this kind of leads to what Moxie's talking about. Yeah. It kind of can lead to them controlling those transactions and blocking them.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be the banks that necessarily block it. It could be at the Fed level. Why is the Fed getting into this business? So I can go on my bank and do a bill pay, and it's instantly taken out of my bank, instantly put into the other bank. I don't know what they're talking about. Nearly real time isn't fast enough. Yeah. I can go on Zelle on my bank and send money directly to my family members, and it's instant. Yeah. It instantly shows up in their account. It instantly is taken out of my account. So I don't know what they're trying to say, that there's a need there. There's already that need was already filled in the private marketplace.
Yeah, they'll create, and we should look and watch, because they'll create the need somehow. The booms and busts of the past we went over in our podcast. But
they're pretending there's a need there that's not really there.
Exactly. And so, but they could create something. I don't know what they have planned if we the people aren't on board. But I mean, have they ever given us any reason to trust them in the history? I mean, they've served themselves.
Who's they?
The bankers.
Oh,
the Fed. They've served themselves and they've served their foreign clients. I mean, we don't even know who the board is. I mean, it's international and domestic. Different banks all over the world: Germany, Netherlands, Italy. Who are these people? I mean, we have an idea, but
yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure we were able to expose the Fed Now program, because it's coming out in July, and they're going to try and grow exponentially. And I think people need to be aware of this. They need to contact their banks, find out if they're working with the Fed Now program or any payment processors that they work with. Our patriots who have payment processing companies need to, maybe they probably already are aware of this, but they need to make sure they're doing business with banks that aren't working with the Fed. They eventually want to have every bank flow through them. And even actually, I think everybody should watch that town hall, because they give little nuggets like they want to work with legislators to make sure that maybe laws are passed. Maybe they want regulations and laws passed that require banks to go through the Fed. So who knows what's going to happen in the future? But we just need, our money is our money, and we need to be able to control it, and we need to be able to have privacy. I don't like the idea of centralizing transactions. I don't like it at all.
I know.
There's
I don't
so
think there's
much
a
it can
reason to
lead
do it
to.
either.
What's that?
I don't think there's a good reason to do it either.
Not for us, right?
The
I mean,
reasons
for
they
them.
give are not, you do a business case when you want to. I'm going to go into my work mode right now because I work in software. If people aren't aware of that, I'm one of the managers in the development department. But yeah, you build out a business case for what you want to. When you want to build a new product, you go out in the marketplace, see what the needs are, and build that business case and talk about what problems are you trying to solve. They're not really, I don't think, solving a problem that hasn't already been solved. And so why do that? Right. I don't know.
It's just
Because it's
adding an extra step into something where something can go wrong.
it's central.
Yep.
It's centralization via the digital
is.
dollar, full on.
Yep.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Anyway, well,
It'll be interesting to see how it works out since the Fed is ready. I don't know what. Anyway,
yeah. Well, everybody, we're just exposing this. So what are you guys doing anything fun this weekend? I can't because it's gloomy and dark outside and raining.
it might rain.
It's dark. It's like it's evening or something outside.
Oh wow, that's cozy though, right?
It is cozy. I know my sister who is in our chat, she calls it she likes it when it snows, she likes it when it rains. She calls it hoogly, which is oh, you got to tell me, Malaya. Oh, I don't remember if that's from Finland, a Finland term about which means cozy.
Yeah.
How about you guys? What are you doing
Is it the
this
same
weekend?
for you, Moxie, in where you are?
No, this is the sun coming through the window that's behind here.
Oh,
It's been 80 degrees the last few days, and I had to turn
Here
on my air
too.
conditioning.
you have your
And I've been spending some time outside doing some gardening. I have to do some prep today so that I can start planting seeds and getting things ready to go. I mean, we're supposed to get down into the 40s again this weekend, but
yeah.
You get the weather after us because we're both in the upper Midwest. And
You're
it
almost
was like
correct.
it was close to 90
correct,
here a
west
couple
from
days
me.
ago, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So
No.
yeah,
We're supposed to get snow on Monday morning.
More snow? I thought you guys were done.
I don't think it's going to stay around. I mean,
No.
with all the snow we got this winter, I'm shocked that it all melted. It all finally melted.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Malaya says it's Danish, not Finnish.
Okay.
So my
Hoogly?
apologies. Danish, Hoogly is Danish. It's Hyggle, I think is how you spell it. I don't know. You guys can Google it.
I like that.
Oh, and then Melissa says, well, I don't think I can pronounce this. Can anybody else want to? Oh, Drake Day here too. The Scottish dough hoogly spelling. Oh, okay. So there's Scottish too. There's a hoogly in Scottish. I don't know. Anyway, Carrie, what are you up to this weekend?
Just tending to some of the plants. I like to personally trim the boxwoods with a hand trimmer, so the landscaper doesn't come with his big, what do you call it? The big ones. They're very sensitive. So I like and I enjoy it. So I'll
just no ladders for you, girl.
That's right. No,
None.
Banned.
Carrie's banned from ladders. Do you want to tell the audience why?
No, but
Okay.
I just have a thing about falling off of them, and
Poor Carrie.
I have a problem with gravity. That's my problem.
Yeah, with gravity. Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't always work for all of us.
Yeah.
I only have a problem with gravity as I get older.
I test gravity all the time. I tripping over things and falling. It works. It still works.
Okay, I think we need to go private here.
Oh, I know. Okay, well, Malaya says, please be careful, be safe around gravity. And gravity is everywhere, so be safe everywhere.
So, Nevs, you're going to be inside and hang out with baby and Ollie?
Yeah, Oliver, I'll probably still take him for a walk in the rain, but that's okay. Walking in the rain is kind of fun sometimes. So
Yeah, nice.
he needs his exercise.
Hey, Moxie, I think I saw you had strawberries. Did you plant those? Or
I planted those last year.
and they came back?
They came back. So I planted them in pots last year, and then they had like vines come down. And I don't know if you have spider plants, but they have babies that come down like a vine, and then the baby starts sprouting on the bottom. And I was like, what is going on here? I've never grown strawberries before. So then the neighbor was building a shed, and his brother was over, and he's like, hey, if you plant those in the ground next year, they'll come back. I'm like, really? He said,
Oh.
yeah, and they did. I
Cool.
planted them where I planted my root vegetables and got nothing last year. And now they're already sprouting, and I'm super excited. And I don't have to plant the strawberries this year. They're just going to do their thing.
So maybe cover them when it snows.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I have some sheets that I'm just going to toss over the top when it freezes.
I wish I could garden. I mean, I guess I could do potted plants gardening, but I live in a community where we like all the yard is like owned by everybody. So we don't have any fences. We can't really plant gardens, you know.
You should do a community garden
We
for
should.
food.
We should. I should talk to my neighbors about that. I've got plenty of space here.
Great.
But yeah, so I only can really plant on my patio. So
I can send you some pictures of what I've been doing.
yeah, do it.
'Cause I just got myself a raised garden that I'm going to put together today. I'm so excited. It was a greenhouse thing. It has a little greenhouse cover that goes over the top. and
Really?
then,
Cool.
it was only $50 at Menards.
Oh,
So
cool.
I got really, really excited.
Yeah, I'm excited it's spring, so I'm ready to start getting my fingers in the dirt. I love it. So
I got new
Well,
gardening
Well,
gloves
everyone have a
yesterday.
great weekend. Malaya, you too. And
yeah, Melissa, Malaya, Remington,
Melissa,
anybody
with
else in chat? Oh, Remington and Moxie have been having chats in in Rumble. But anyway, yeah, everybody have a really great weekend. Thank you for joining us on this unscheduled kind of ad hoc broadcast. We'll see you. Oh, yeah. All right, we'll see you. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, friends.